Okay, we are to solve this question this morning. This is an example. It said find the equation of the cycle which has the point 0, 1 and 2, 3 at the extremities of a diameter. Amen. Okay, let's look at this problem. Let us try and find a solution to this problem. We write solution. Before I solve or before I start solving this problem, let us have a rough diagram of diameter. Okay, let's have it this way. This diameter, this is point A. Point A is x1, y1. Point B is x2, y2. Amen. Then let us have it here at point P. This is point P, x, y. Amen. Okay. You discover that we have AB and we also have BP. Look at the lines of AB and BP. You discover that they are perpendicular. Amen. Do you understand with me? Do you agree with me? So it implies that if they are perpendicular, it implies that the product of the two lines must be equals to -1. How? Let's look at it this way. We know that our AP is equals to y minus y all over x minus x1. If you look at it from here, you know that your A is x1 minus y1 and P is x, y. So if we want to go by this, that is the slope, will now be, the slope of A and P will now be y minus y1, this one minus y1, all over this one minus x1. Likewise, the slope of this, either BP or PB, is the same thing as y minus y2 all over x minus x2. Do you agree with me? That is, it implies that it is in this form. Our B, point B is x2, y2, and point P is x, y. Amen. So it implies that since the two lines, the slopes, they are perpendicular, it means their products will now be equals to -1. How? That is, it implies that AP times AP times PB is equals to -1. That is the meaning. Or this implies that this is the same thing as y minus y all over x minus x all in bracket, open bracket, y minus y2 all over x minus x2 equals to -1. So finally, we are going to make use of this formula. This is the formula to obtain the equation of the cycle. Is that clear? So let us do it together if you agree with me. Okay, now you know very well that it said find the equation of the cycle which has the points. You don't need a prophet to tell you. Look at the points. It means the points are, you know that at point A, we have x1, comma y1. And at point B, we have x2, comma y2. True or false? So if I were you, you compare this with this. It means you don't need the prophet to tell you. This is how it is 0, comma 1, and this one is 2, comma 3. It implies that your x1 is 0, your y1 is 1, then x2 is 2, y2 is what? 3. Do you agree with me? Okay, let's do it together. So now, we'll now see where, from the question, where x1 is equals to 0, y1 is equals to 1, x2 is equals to 2, and y2 is equals to 3. So now, what we need to do here is for us to make use of this equation, that is this formula, we are going to substitute in these values into this formula. Okay, let's write. We have y minus y1. Our y1 is what? 1. All over x minus x1. Our x1 is what? 0. Amen? All in bracket. Open bracket. Our y1 minus y2. Our y2 is what? 3. All over x1 minus x2. Our x2 is 2. Then equals what? Minus 1. Because the diameter of a cycle for point A, point B, and P, where point A, B and BP are what? Perpendicular. So the product of the two slopes will give you minus 1. Is that clear? So that is why we are having minus 1 here. So if you agree with me, you don't need a prophet to tell you. So it implies that here will be y minus 1 all over x minus 0 is x, all in brackets, times y minus 3 all over x minus 2, which is equals to minus 1. Okay. So if you agree with me, y minus y1 all in brackets, open bracket, y minus y3 all over x all in bracket, x minus x2, which is equals to minus 1. True or false? Okay? So what is left here is, if you can see what I am saying, let us consider the denominator or the numerator. Let us multiply out the two brackets. Is that clear? Okay. So y times y, it will give you y squared. Then y times minus 3, it will give us minus 3y. Minus 1 times y, it will give us minus y. Minus 1 times minus 3, it will give us plus 3. Because minus times minus will always give you plus. Then all over, open, multiply out this bracket. X times x will give us x squared. Then x times minus 2, minus 2x, which is equals to minus, amen, minus 1. Okay? So at this point, we are going to cross multiply. If note that we have an invisible one here, this one will multiply this, and this one will multiply this. So if we do that, definitely the left and the right answer will now be in this one. 1 all in bracket y square, sorry, y square minus 3y minus y plus 3 close bracket equals to the same thing applicable, minus 1 all in bracket x minus 2x. Are you following? So if you agree with me, we multiply out this bracket. If we multiply out this bracket, 1 times this, it will give you the same thing, y squared. 1 times this, minus 3y. 1 times this, minus y. 1 times this, plus 3. The same thing applicable. Minus 1 times this, it will give us minus x squared. Minus 1 times minus 2x, it will give us what? Plus 2x. Amen? Okay. Okay? So if you agree with me, without what telling you, you know that we can add or subtract 3y minus y, true or false? So here will now be y squared minus 3y minus y will give us minus 4y plus 3. This is equals to minus x squared plus 2x. Do you agree with me? So now, let us take this to the left hand side. Is that clear? So, if this minus sign crosses the sign of this equality to this left hand side, it will always give you what? Plus. If plus 2x crosses the sign of equality, this sign to this other side, it will give you minus. So this is how it will be. Y squared, this one crosses the sign of equality, becomes plus x minus, okay, this one crosses the sign of equality, either minus 4y, this one crosses the sign of equality, minus 2x plus 3 equals to 0. So if we want to put it in the form of equation of a cycle, you know that x comes before y. So this is how it will be. X squared plus y squared minus 2x minus 4y plus 3 equals to 0. This is the final answer, and this is what they want you to do. They said, find the equation of the cycle. Is that clear? Any question? No question. Thank you, and God bless you.